stupid safety advice we give to women. Were your keys spiked through your fingers when you were attacked? Did you keep making sure you were looking over your shoulder when you went home and he followed you back? Were you carrying your rape alarm? Did you have pepper spray? Did you remember not to jog through the woods? Yes, even in the day. Have you thought about what message that outfit gives out to men? Did you remember to check your car door was locked? Yeah, I know you said you did, but did you check it again? Did you accept a drink from a guy that you didn't really know? And when you were dancing, did you make sure your valuables weren't on show? Do you put your head down when you walk? You should never smile at men in the street. Do you make sure you're lying about where you live to those new guys that you meet? Have you thought about buying a big dog? Or a gun? Were you thinking about your personal safety when you were busy out having fun? Do you make sure that you'll never end up walking home alone? And if you have to get a cab, can you at least pretend to be on the phone? Have you bought some anti-rape knickers? And have you taken some self-defence? You should always apologise nicely as you turn men down, in case they take offence. Have you been checking the back seat of your car lately? Like before you drive away? And you remember, don't you, what I told you? You never use the rest areas on the motorway. I'm just saying, were you being responsible when you went out drinking? And what I don't get is why you couldn't predict what that man who attacked you was thinking. Do you always make sure that you're aware and alert? And are you taking the proper precautions to stop yourself from getting hurt? Wait, let's just stop. Can we just take this from the top? Because all I can hear is questions provoking fear. And all I can see are questions blaming me. And all I can feel is I'm supposed to conceal every part of me, every action, everywhere I go. I'm told I'm responsible for the thoughts of men I don't even know. And I'm to blame if they decide to rape or assault. Oh, it's my headphones, it's my skirt, or it's, my smile that was at fault. And I'm supposed to be able to predict what they'll do. And then I'm supposed to be able to fight them off too. And when it's all over, I'm supposed to run to the police, and then I'm supposed to do something different in future, so my risk will decrease. And none of this is helpful, and it will never protect women, because it's built on the rape myths that society swim in. So people, give women and girls this advice like they're the cause and the solution to the actions of unmentioned men who'll never even face prosecution. And when we're all busy telling women and girls that they're wrong, that they should have just protected themselves better all along. Over 90% of rapes and assault happen at home, where women and girls are unprotected and alone, by their husbands and their boyfriends, by their family, by their ex, who convince women and girls they're entitled to sex. And they rarely use violence. They don't need the element of surprise because they live in their houses. And they always apologise. And they tell them how much they love them. And they didn't mean it. And they're as nice as pie to their family, but they tell them they need sex every day because it makes him feel manly. They force wives into sex. They never even wanted to try because they saw some shit on Pornhub that made a woman cry. Or they coerce and control and blackmail and threaten that if they ever tell anyone what they did, they'll come back and get them. See, your stupid safety advice, it's not protecting women or girls, it's making you feel righteous and safer in your own little world. Meanwhile, it makes women's lives smaller and more restricted. And then you make women feel guilty because they could never have predicted that a man that they loved or a friend they respected would rape or assault them when they felt rejected. And then you turn around and say it was the woman's fault because she wasn't protected by your stupid safety advice.